What's up YouTube? This is Gizmo from Team Nightcrawlers and I'm here to do a deck profile on my Formula Shining Zero deck. It's a deck that's based around the Formula Zero deck made by Zetrock. I just added a couple cards, took out a couple cards to make it more original. And so yeah, here we go. Got 3 Swap Frogs, 2 Treeborns, 1 Fishboard, 2 Genex Undyne, 2 Genex Controllers. These sets work pretty well for me. It helps me get out Fishboard to the graveyard rather quickly. And I usually use also the Genex Controller to make Black Rose moves. Also I can use it to make Trishula moves. It works pretty good in this deck. Stratos helps me look for all my elemental heroes in this deck. Everybody knows what he does. 3 Alias helps me bring out the Shining. This is one of the cards I added to make it more original, because this deck was based mostly around Absolute Zero, and I made it more around the Shiny and Zero. So Malicious. With this is one of the cards you use with Cerebral, which I'll be showing in a moment, to make Trishula rather easily. Also, 3 Caius, 2 Mobius, 1 the Fable Cerebral. I want to try to main a second one, but I don't see space for it, so I'll take any suggestions on that. 1 Veiler, Dark Arm, and Gores. For the spell lineup, I got 2 MSTs, 3 Miracle Fusions, 2 Econs, 2 Pot of Ivories, got Future Fusion, Dark Hole, Master Reborn, Foolish Burial, and 2 Gemini Spark. Okay, this deck in per se, it does synchro. It synchros like hell. You can make 1 or 2 synchros per turn. You also have the Monarchs to help you empty out the field. And then one of the combos I like the most is when I have Treeborn and Fishborg in the graveyard. Treeborn comes back and standby as usual, and then I discard the Fable Cerebral to bring back Fishborg. Cerebral special summon himself from the graveyard due to his effect, and hopefully I have a Monarch on the field, or I have Malicious in the graveyard, so I just remove Malicious, bring in Malicious to the field, and I use Treeborn, Cerebral, and either the Malicious or the Monarch to do Trishula, which is very simple in this deck to bring out. You also have the Formula Synchrons as normal. You have Stardust plays, Scrapdragon plays, Shooting Star also comes out very simple. So this deck is very versatile. I've had up to the moment, the only problem I have is with Gravekeepers, and it's not per se for Necro Valleys. If not, it's the trap lineup it has. So I'm still trying to work around that. 3 Miracle Fusion. People have told me that this is a bad idea. Up to the moment, I have no problems with 3 Miracle Fusions. I've hadn't had any problems with dead ones in my hand, and I usually have plays for it. Can either bring out Absolute Zero, just sending an Undyne, a Swap Frog, maybe even 1 Treeborn, depending on the deck I'm going against. I can make the Shining very simple with the Alias, or with Veiler, or with Cerebral. He's also a light. That this deck doesn't get stuck as people intend, that people think it does. It goes really well together. It has good synergy. Honestly, I have no problems with it. What else can I say about the deck? The deck, this is one card I love in this deck. This is a personal tech of mine. People don't run that in this deck. Don't know why. I run it because I always bring it out practically. People get mad that I bring it out so quickly, so often. That the deck is just like with this card. I usually have a field. If I'm lucky, the Shiny with Dark Arm Dragon and with the Kais in hand, or an Absolute Zero with a Monarch in hand with Dark Arm Dragon ready to come out. That this deck, it's like I said, this deck has so many plays that it's ridiculous. This deck is just awesome. I'm thinking of running this deck at my regionals, which is on June 19th. But I'm still testing. I'm testing out this deck, and I'm also testing out Miracle Gemini, 6 Sams. I'm testing out a lot of decks, but I like this deck because for me it's a fun deck, but it's a fun competitive deck. That this deck, it's something people will not expect exactly from this deck, because you can start off with a Stratos and looking for Alias or Alias by itself with set in Gemini Spark. And people are gonna think, okay, I'm going against a Gemini beat, I'm going against Miracle, Gemini, whatever. And then when they start seeing that I start bringing out Swap Frog, going Undyne to throughout Treeborn, they're like, okay, what the fuck is this? It's a surprising deck that a lot of people don't expect it to run. That I can play like half of the game just starting off with Alias and taking control of the game with Stratos, Alias, Gemini Spark, and then all of a sudden I come out with the formula Synchrons with Treeborn, start syncering, bring out Trishula out of nowhere. That this deck is so it doesn't have to base itself solely around the frog setup. It also can just stand by itself with using the E heroes by itself. So there's a lot of ways you can play with this deck. I don't run traps in this deck because honestly, it doesn't need any. I was testing out one Hero Blast, but there was times I would have it dead in my hand, so I took it out and put in a second Gemini Spark, and it has worked out pretty well for me. And that's practically it. Everything else in this deck runs pretty smoothly. Well, there's decks that there's nothing else you can do. If you go against a 6 Samurai deck that starts off with the nuts, bringing out 2 Shiens in the first turn or something like that, there's not much you can do. But usually the deck, I've beaten like 3 or 4 6 Samurai decks. I've played against Great Keepers. I've won and lost against Great Keepers. That's for me the hardest matchup, and against Froggy Monarchs. I usually have a problem with those a little bit. GBs have no problem with it. American Gemini have no problem with it. Dragoonity, I have no problem with it. This deck is just plain awesome. So yeah, I will take any kind of comments, any kind of suggestions for the deck. I would like to try to put in a second Cerebral if it's possible. But I would listen to any suggestions. Just please don't spam my page with these like, oh, I don't like the deck or whatever. I like some way to make the deck better. I don't want to hear any kind of I don't want to see any kind of comments saying that the deck sucks. Oh, I made this deck first or whatever. Because honestly, I've never seen this deck made, and if it is made around there, I never seen it. Plain and simple. So yeah, please rate, subscribe, like the video. I got more videos coming up. I already have some up, and I'll be bringing up more videos, hopefully weekly, or if not, but every 2 weeks for sure. So yeah, this is Gizmo from T Nightcrawlers. Peace.